Hey, what's up? This is ApologyMan and my boy Lord Knight. We are going to be talking about the character that changed the Dragon Ball FighterZ meta the most throughout the years. If you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell.
So, Apology Man and I, we have not discussed this. I think we might have a different character, or we might have the same character, like many of the other things we've talked about on this channel so far. But I think there's a character actually, in my opinion, that has changed the game in such a way that I actually think the game is totally balanced around him, and it's Bardock. I think the game, ever since Bardock was released, the game is balanced around Bardock. All the tools that they give characters, like a lot of the buffs they give different characters, are all stuff that Bardock has in some way, shape, or form. So, for example, the way they buff some characters level 3s and level 3 DHC, how they give them to really, really specific characters, and they won't give them to certain other characters is one example. How many characters have like buffed tackles compared to before? So, for example, Ginyu used to not even go like 5 feet. Now he goes almost full screen. Blue Goku's tackle got buffed a lot of times. And then on top of that, too, a lot of new characters have tools that Bardock have as well to make sure that people will consider playing them as well. So there's characters like Kefla, who has a Bardock Lariat but doesn't go as far, but it hits slow. Or there's UI Goku, who has a Bardock Lariat that is not as fast, but it's invincible while he does it because he disappears. Because I guess they thought he needed that. There's Blue Goku has the invisible one, so he goes cross up off the screen, comes back. So they like giving characters tools that Bardock has because when Bardock came out, it was over and everyone's like, he's the best. We have to play him. And they nerf him and then realize, oh, he has all these tools that you need just to play the game. So we need to give every character tools that he has so that people will play them.
Yeah, I agree with Lord. It's Bardock as well. I've played this game since its launch competitively, and I've just seen a lot of strong characters throughout the game's years, and no character has had a bigger impact than Bardock, I think. You might not see him as much now because of how much he influenced the game that the developers had to really make a lot of big changes to him. The big thing that that LK mentioned as well was his level 3 Oki and his Lariat were like very, very crucial parts of why he was strong. And those strong tools, I think, really showed the developers that like, oh wow, if we give characters tools like this, like they're gonna be good within the context of the game. So since then, there hasn't really been a level 3 Oki like Bardock's in season 1. They have nerfed it several times. Before, it would give you a 50-50 on wake up if done properly, and that was very potent because everyone would build teams around that. They would just build 3 bars and combo into it. It was pretty polarizing, and you'd see it very often. And as a result, all the level 3 frame datas have changed since then, so that kind of thing isn't possible anymore unless you play Android 21, kind of. They Krillin. But yeah, I think that was a huge thing. His up lariat had a big change as well. Before, it gave 50-50s because it didn't have landing recovery like it does now. And the developers realized that with how potent Bardock was. They're like, oh wow, we can't just let him do up lariat call assist and just mix them. So they nerfed that as well. Another huge strength they saw through Bardock, as well as some other characters. And his lariat move, which was probably like one of the biggest ones. They realized just like a fast forward moving special move like that is just really good in the game's neutral. Whether it's like to catch their backwards movement, which is really good in this game because you can just backdash or backdash over and over, and like there isn't a whole lot of ways to like punish it outside of like shooting a key blast or just in Bardock's case just doing lariat. And lariat was like there were several lariats in the game, but no lariat was like Bardock's lariat. He had one of the best before it actually jailed into Vanish, which was pretty messed up, but that isn't the case anymore. So yeah, I think like the developers really saw all the good things that Bardock had and why he was good in the game, and they're like, let's sprinkle it around the cast a little bit, and or they kind of built more character strengths like around that as well. So yeah, I agree. Bardock for sure, definitely most influential on the entire game's meta.
Yeah, and as a side note, some people might disagree if they haven't played the game since launch or they don't like take a really close look at the characters. Because, for example, in season 2 we had GT Goku, and the game got really centralized around that character too, just like Bardock in season 1. But the difference between GT Goku and Bardock is, like I said at the beginning, and also Apology Man has mentioned, they give other characters stuff that Bardock had. Oh, like it's that good. So GT Goku had a lot of good stuff, but they don't usually like you don't see characters made after him, like based off him. There are characters you'll see that have things that he has. So, for example, Broly came before him, but he has like the level 3 they can combo out of, just like a Spirit Bomb, for example. But the main thing that's super good about GT Goku is mostly that he had a really strong level 3. He did a lot of damage, and he had a really good assist. Not so much that one, because Bardock had all these things besides the super good assists. But it's not like once he came out, they started making other characters like him. He actually has stuff that Bardock had at one point. So like the super good lariat tackle, his EX tackle is ridiculous. And he has a really good level 3 that leads into a 4-way, which his is special because he gets a combo out of it. So even though the game got really centralized around him because of he had all these positive aspects, it's not like future characters got stuff that GT Goku had. It's GT Goku had got stuff that Bardock used to have. So think of it like that.
Yeah, for sure. And there's even like kind of like minor stuff about Bardock that like a lot of people deem as good. A good character has this is like, you know, his really strong auto combo, his really far-reaching 2L and like high-low mix up. So like if you have like, oh, he has like a like I hear this really often where it's like, oh, he has like a really good auto combo like Bardock, or like, oh, he has like you know, he's got the 2L low so he can mix up, and that's, you know, it's another great thing that Bardock has. It's like every like strong solid thing that like most characters have had like that have been really top tier in this game, like Bardock has had, and has either been nerfed or he still has. Bardock even like now I think is still pretty good. He got a lot of things nerfed about him, and there's a lot about the game that's changed since then. I think losing Universal Fuzzy, I think, was like the last like super duper cheap thing that kind of kept Bardock in like the really high mix up like cheap category of characters in season 2. But like once they got rid of Snap and that kind of got nerfed, I think that he kind of fell off, and everyone was like, you know, you just gotta play neutral, and then like the only way you can really mix them up is with like super dash call assists 50-50 in the corner, and that is true. And he's a lot more fair right now than he was before, but like I said, like he has had every strong thing that like this game has had, and it's kind of crazy to look at in retrospect, seeing him now in his current state.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.